Hello everyone, this is Fantasy Ask, and welcome back to the Werewolf Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. In the last chapter, the pack held its second match, this time for breeding rights over the matchmaker. Lady Edith selected Prince Will and a noble of new blood, Lord Roy, as the two match suitors. Prince Will emerged as victor and had the honor of siring the matchmaker's first litter. In the process, they discovered that they were fated mates. The revelation was too much for Prince Will and left him very upset. After all, his soulmate was engaged to his sister. But how could he walk away from her after being this involved? Okay, let's dive into the diary entries for this chapter. Already we are having drama, quite a lot of drama, and you guys will find out even more so as I read the entries. But look, we started off in the study. The Queen was having a romantic moment with Catherine, and then she started making out with Edith. So, she's here one moment, there the next. And you guys will figure out in a bit why. So we'll start off with Catherine's entry, because that probably is going to explain a lot to us. So let's pop this out on the table and have a look. Catherine Tale, Chapter 5. I was feeling down before, but things have changed now. Prince Will was a factor none of us anticipated, so I stopped hesitating. The Alpha and I were swimming down in the pools in the early hours of morning. My heart led the way, and I proposed our engagement. She accepted. We celebrated in the observatory as daylight broke the sky. That's it. I'm utterly in love with her. And this is a romantic memory. So guys, that's right. Catherine, she had the wish to get engaged to Queen Julia. With all this talk going around that Will is Edith's fated mate, now everyone in the pack knows, and that has kind of destabilized her just a little bit, and Catherine kind of took the chance, and she thought, you know what, hold on a second. Before I thought there was no space for me between Edith and Julia, but now things are different, and so she just went for it. The Queen accepted, and they had their first woohoo in the observatory in the early hours of morning, so she has had a great time. She's been having a great time. So she's really happy. Her mood has improved quite a bit, and that's probably why, even though the Queen was making out with Edith just then, Julia, she's a bit insensitive to these things. Normally Catherine would have been very, very enraged by this, but, very hurt by this. But I think there was just a twinge of victory in her, so she kind of overlooked it. But there we go, we've got that. Now let's see maybe Queen Julia's entry, so that we can get a little bit of insight into her brain, which I personally feel is quite confusing. Okay, I need to put down these flippin' walls because they are being very nightmarish. Okay, let me open this up. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, Julia Curse, Chapter 5. All this talk about fated mates is making my head spin. You'd think would be more rare. Still can't wrap my head around Lady Edith and my brother. I'm pretty sure she dislikes him, so who knows how that's going to work out. I'm certainly not backing down. But I have been missing Lord Benjamin a bit. I even invited him to the royal grounds for a little chat. He gives me warm, fuzzy feelings. So this is a romantic memory for Queen Julia. She finds it a little bit unbelievable that her brother and Edith are fated mates in the same way that she's with Benjamin. But she, like I said before, she considers Edith her toy, and she's not backing down. Edith is hers to play with, and she's going to keep her for as long as she wants. And at present, she has no plans of letting Edith go to anyone else. So, yeah, that's happening. And even though, she's, I wouldn't say unhappy, but she's competitive, I suppose, just a little bit, insincerely, for Edith. The whole business has made her think about Benjamin, and she started missing her own, soulmate. So she called him over, they had a bit of a chat, and he's the only one that she gets these warm fuzzy feelings with. She doesn't feel the same with the other two. She probably likes their company and their attention, but she doesn't feel the same with these guys. And oh my goodness, someone is going to have to deal with the bills. Someone's gonna have to deal with the bills. Okay, I need to flip in. Hold on a second, guys. Maybe we can get the butler to help us. How? Through here. Through here, guys. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure there should be an option. If there isn't an option to pay your bills through here, I'm gonna be so confused. Yes, there is an option. Okay. Excellent. We can just say that. Catherine, you can't be going around slapping the alpha. Okay, so Catherine, you know what? Okay, fair enough. Firstly, I like this because I have a notebook replacement for the phones, so it looks as though the queen, or the alpha, is giving her receipt to the butler and saying, okay, can you go process this or pay the bill? So there we go. She's gonna send that off to the butler so he can pay the bills and maintenance fees, whatever it is I like to call it in my Let's Plays or in my videos. But Catherine, I think, was being a little bit patient with the queen because she understands that her getting engaged to Queen Julia is gonna be upsetting for Edith, so she's letting the queen appease her through, physical affection. But I think the queen was doing it a bit too much, and Catherine just got annoyed, and she came up to her and gave her a piece of her mind. So Catherine, see, any other alpha, this might have gone down differently. But again, our alpha here is, young, she's inexperienced, she doesn't take offense in the same way a more mature alpha might. Now, I haven't talked about this other thing in terms of executions and stuff. So, obviously, again, this is something that's going to develop as we play, but I'm feeling as though the alpha should only execute someone who she is enemies with. So, unless you are an enemy of the alpha, regardless of what you do, I don't think the alpha should condemn someone to death. So yes, you could have a very invasive villain who just keeps surviving and causing more havoc, but unless the alpha, becomes enemies with them, I don't think they're going to be put to death. For now, I'm thinking that's the only event in which an alpha is going to give the execution order to a member of the pack. So yeah, that's what's going on with Queen Julia. Look, she's chatting with her now. Are you trying to appease her? Are you trying to? I don't know. She might. Okay, well, that's what's been happening with Julia. But yes, like I was saying, she only gets warm fuzzy feelings from Benjamin. But she likes the company of these other ladies. Okay, now let's read what's happening with Edith. So let me open this up. Let's see. Edith's Time, Chapter 5. I went for a walk out in the night. I wanted to speak to my brother. He must have heard about the match and my pregnancy. The whole business with Prince Will too. We haven't been able to see eye to eye since the conception. He's angry with me. I'm angry with him too. Why does he have to screw up my plans? He was never supposed to be in the picture. And this is an embarrassing memory. So Edith is feeling kind of embarrassed at being involved with Will in this way that she didn't expect because, he's got that relation. Yes, she wanted to pair up with him. She wanted to conceive her first litter with him because these are going to be offspring with, some sort of royal connection. And also, they're going to be born as nobility because she's nobility. And they're going to inherit that from her. But I think she wanted her children to be connected through blood to, Queen Julia. She wanted them to be Julia's niece or nephew. So that was important for her, but this whole fated maid business completely came out of nowhere, and she isn't really happy with it because she feels as though that's going to make Queen Julia reconsider things. That obviously has given Catherine the opportunity to get engaged to the queen behind her back, and she feels like that wouldn't have happened if Will hadn't come into the picture and weakened her relationship with the Queen, I mean, I don't think personally that's been any sort of factor with Queen Julia herself, but obviously that's what Edith is thinking. And look at the way she's looking at Catherine. She ain't happy. She ain't happy. But you know, at the end of the day, Catherine is gonna have more problem with this polygamous situation than Edith will. So if Edith just sticks to it, she might end up winning out in the end. And guys, don't worry, if there is an impending wedding for anyone, like if anyone has the whim to get married, I won't do that off camera. The whole courtship and engagements, that I don't mind doing off camera. It's not that big of a deal. But I will make sure to do the weddings on camera so we can all participate, because it's a big thing, right? And I have been thinking quite a lot about, you know, the like ranking for the weddings in terms of status, like how that'll influence status. I think for the werewolves, the order in which, like, it doesn't matter the order in which you court the alpha or you get engaged to the alpha, but the order in which you marry the alpha basically sets up your status. So if you get married to the Queen first and you are the first royal spouse, then you have like a higher rank than the second royal spouse, who has a higher rank than the third royal spouse. So that's kind of what we have going on. But I suppose it can get complicated because, for example, the first royal wife, the males and females would be on parallel lines essentially. So the first royal husband is going to have the same rank as the first royal wife, and both of them are going to have a higher rank than the second royal husband and the second royal wife, if that makes sense, because the Queen could get married to either gender. And we have that going on. But in terms of fated mate, so every other werewolf that marries the alpha, they're going to be influenced by this ranking, you know, system for the order in which they get married. The only exception is if the Queen decides to marry her fated mate. So even if the Queen, for example, has 6 spouses already, if she has 3 husbands and 3 wives, if she decides to marry Lord Benjamin, then because Benjamin is her fated mate, he will automatically have a higher rank than the first husband and the first wife. So he gets that privilege. So it doesn't matter what order the fated mate gets married. As soon as they get married, they have a higher rank. So I suppose if the alpha already has other spouses, they probably wouldn't want the alpha to marry their fated mate because they know that they would immediately be outranked. But they might not be as threatened by like non-soulmate members. So that is just, you know, a little food for thought. But okay, I am gonna get these ladies out of here so we can start doing some whims and carry on our stories. It is Tuesday afternoon and Lady Catherine is very angry. She needs some time to cool down, so she is going for a relaxed ride with Twilight. Come on, let's go for a relaxed ride. Yeah, she needs some time away from the chaos of the pack. So hopefully we're gonna go. Please don't be too angry for this. Okay, there we go. So she's gonna go on a relaxed ride. Hopefully this makes her feel better. She'll be able to breathe in some fresh air, walk over daisies, you know, get in touch with her calm side. And I think as someone who comes from a background of horses, Twilight would be a very soothing presence for her. So she's gonna do this. You know, being in that mental scape of Lady Catherine, I feel will be very exhausting, because even though you're making strides and doing things that makes you feel like you're winning, because you have this constant like competition and you're emotionally wound up over the way your social your social circle works and the pack works. For example, the whole polygamous situation, because you can't accept that and you're always wound up over that, she's never gonna, you know, actually win. even though she might do things that bring her towards, winning, she's gonna feel like she's constantly losing, or her wins aren't gonna matter to her because she wants to win exclusively, which, isn't really possible in this situation. So anyways, hopefully that makes her feel a little bit better. So while she's outside though, she's doing this for herself, but while she is out, this is actually a wonderful time for Julia and Edith to have with one another. So yeah, they're definitely going to take the chance. And oh, look at that. Edith wants to woohoo with Queen Julia. I think this is Edith wanting to reinforce their bond. What? Defy fate and elope? Oh my goodness. I love these werewolf interactions. I love these interactions. Get it? Because she has a fated mate, so she can defy the thing. Okay, so some of you have been saying that the fated mate system is very broken, and that apparently some of you find it broken in your own games. Your Sims always end up being fated mates with the first person they flirt with, which I find interesting. And I am wondering whether it's the first Sim of opposite gender, like the first werewolf of opposite gender they flirt with, or any gender. Because I know some of you have even told me that, you love the fated mate system, and that in your own gameplay you had an alpha who fell in love and married and had children before he found out that his beta was his fated mate. So obviously it wasn't the first person they flirted with. And in this case, with Edith, she was already flirting with Julia. She had woohooed with Julia, and she was engaged to Julia before she started flirting with Prince Will, and Julia wasn't her fated mate. It ended up being Prince Will. And I'm pretty sure Julia was already flirting with Edith before she got involved with Benjamin. Now, that would make sense if it was the first person of the opposite gender that you flirt with. So I don't know how that works, but that doesn't bother me too much, mainly because these Sims, they autonomously do some of these romantic interactions, so I actually have no clue who they're going to flirt with first. And I don't mind if it's, werewolves within the same social circle. I actually prefer that because I don't know. I have a certain way of controlling things, or, keeping a pretty tight-knit cast, and I don't like it when Sims start interacting with people outside of that cast. So it really doesn't bother me. I feel like it's been adding a wonderful amount of spice and drama in the situation that we have, so I'm completely okay with it. But let me know if anyone else has had unique experiences regarding this in your own games, or if you agree with one viewer or the other in terms of whether or not it's broken. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I'm fine with it. Okay, anyways, she wants to woohoo with Queen Julia. You guys have been going off at each other. Maybe you should apologize in bed? Oh, she's pregnant, so she can't do it in... Well, yeah, they were fighting with each other. Let's go apologize in bed. She's gonna go do that. While poor Catherine, is out of the grounds. She's off with Twilight. Edith is taking her chance. She is not, leaving anything to fate. Oh, the alpha was not happy with that. I mean, obviously, you've been going off at her non-stop, so why would she be? And in this case, both of them would be defying fate. And the other thing is, even if it is the opposite gender, I don't mind too much either, because we have, two males who fight, and I don't know which male is going to win, and I don't know which male is going to breed with them first, and in which case, they'll end up being fated mates. I have no clue. There is that little bit of uncertainty and randomness, so I find it exciting, personally. Okay, well, yeah, these two both have fated mates, so they would really be defying fate if they decided to, elope and get married. But okay, you guys, let's try and warm up things. I don't know how Julia's gonna take this. I mean, she's very romantic, but you've been... Okay, she's being receptive. But you've been really mean to her. You've been really mean to her of late. So she might just decide that she's not into it. But we'll try. We want to get this done if possible. before Catherine comes back. Okay. But yeah, I think Edith, definitely, she's more built mentally for this sort of, this sort of game, these court politics. Let's be enticing, let's offer a rose. Did you already offer a rose? No, offer a rose. There we go. Okay, things are getting better, let's whisper seductively. Excellent. And now maybe she's gonna be, you know what, let's go woohoo in the shower. They're gonna go and be a little bit creative. Okay, now the queen's receptive. Okay, excellent. So they're gonna go off with each other. And they're gonna have some alone time. I feel so bad for Catherine. She's digging her own grave, really. She knows exactly what she's getting into. So, and maybe I shouldn't sympathize with her. But maybe it's because she's, I don't know, she seems like a nice soul, you know? Maybe it's because she's mentally weak. Oh, geez, look at the queen. The queen is definitely being aggressive. I feel like, I don't know, guys. I feel like she has more fun with Edith, personally. But she likes being pursued by more than one person. And look at Catherine. She reached horse riding level 3, so that's really good. But yeah, I think the queen likes having attention from Catherine as well. But I definitely think Edith is more exciting. I'm not sure if the queen knows Edith has that mean streak. She might have noticed that Edith has a mean streak with other people, and maybe that's part of the excitement, the fact that Edith is exclusively nice to her, or, you know, she's different with her than she is with others. So she kind of, it's like she's winning over Edith, or, you know, it's a toy that only she can play with, and she likes that whole thing. Ay. Well, that is what's happening over there. Yeah, Edith, she's happy that she did that woohooing, and Catherine wants to stargaze with Prince Will. So she is still riding. She's still riding Twilight, who is doing fine. Are they going back home? I hope they are, because I would like her to invite over Prince Will. Okay, I think she's going back to the Royal Grounds. Yeah. Please go back to the Royal Grounds. Don't get distracted. She wants to talk, or she wants to stargaze with Will. Now, I feel as though it's because Catherine might be getting a little bit desperate to keep Edith, away. And maybe she wants to try and convince Will to be a bit more persistent with Edith and don't let his fated mate get away from him, in hopes that it keeps Edith away from Julia. Because they just got engaged, but look at their relationship. Their romantic relationship is very complicated. Very, very complicated. So, okay, let's wrap up the ride. Let's finish the ride. Let's dismount. Come on, you've been out like the whole day. Or the whole afternoon. It's nighttime now. Those two have been getting closer while you've been like up a wall. Let's call over Prince Will. Oh, is he already here? Look at that! Prince Will's already here. Nice. Okay, you go and you stargaze with him. Right, these two are going to chat with each other, and she is going to maybe, ask him a little bit about that whole situation with Edith. Now, she's actually friends with Will. And they became friends, from the day that she came in. It was a couple hours, and Catherine actually became friends with Will and Queen Julia, which pissed Edith off. But she, as a friend, I think genuinely wants to know how he's doing and how he's taking it all. But also, I think she's going to be like, nudge, nudge, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. Why don't you go and spend more time with Edith? Shouldn't you want to be closer to her? Why are you letting her get away from you? Yeah, she's gonna try to pull out all the stops there. And they're gonna do this while they are having, you know, a D&M, watching the stars. So there we go. I mean, she definitely can't go talk to Edith because nobody wants to back down. Nobody wants to back down, basically. Okay, so let's go stargaze with him. You guys can have a friendly moment together. Okay, there we go. She feels much better now. I don't know if Will's gonna be willing to take that step though, because remember guys, Will is also really angry at Edith and he's really pissed off as well. I think at the whole situation, because he was trying so hard to befriend her in the beginning, but Edith just kept pushing him away and she was giving nobody but Queen Julia that attention. And you know, then they got engaged and then Will was just doing his duty when he did the match and he won and he, you know, was ready to father her first litter. But then when he realized they were fated mates, it was all too much for him. Like, how do I walk away from this? And how do I just let my sister have you when I know you're supposed to be with me? Like, the moon has dictated it. We are meant to be together. So it's a little bit hard for him. So I feel like in his anger, he's going to be even less wanting to pursue Edith. I mean, it's an attraction that's there and they can't deny, but not something they want. Because I think Edith would be really honest with him too. I think Edith would have told him that you weren't in my plans. I don't want you to mess things up. I don't care if we're fated mates. Like I said, her heart towards him might be softening, but it's still logically, that's not a path she wants to take. Unless she becomes somehow overwhelmed and overcome with feelings, she's not going to take that step towards him. And everyone seems like they have a dozen more whims. What's going on here? Okay, after her talk with Will, has she gotten clarity? She wants to make out with Queen Julia. She wants to chat with Queen Julia. These two haven't had any whims or anything. Look at this. I woohooed a werewolf and I do it again too. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Catherine, after speaking to Will and maybe hearing Will's point of view, is feeling a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous now because, you know, Will just told her that Edith isn't happy with the situation, and now Catherine's thinking, oh my goodness, they spent the whole day together while I was away, and now she wants to go to Julia, and she realized that they left things on off on a bad note, and that probably isn't the wisest thing to do if she's wanting to maintain their relationship. So, why don't we see if maybe Julia can come outside, because Julia also has this thing where she's constantly trying to appease. Hold on a second. Julia, can you go outside? She also has this thing where she's trying to appease everyone she's involved with. So she's actually gonna come out here, and maybe she will have seen them from the windows. Will and Catherine being outside, and she's probably thinking, oh, Catherine was really upset when she left. I wonder if she's feeling better. So maybe she's coming out here to talk to Catherine and check up on her. And Catherine's going to take this chance to see if she can be a little bit romantic with... Darn it, do they not have the option? Do they not have the option? Sometimes, guys, I feel like the makeup thing, the makeout thing comes up and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why that is the case. I'm pretty sure it should be in physical intimacy. So, I don't know why it happens and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, well, that was awkward. Hello, Edith. How you doing, Edith? Edith has decided that she is not going to let them have any time together. Well, okay, thanks for intervening. She tried to be romantic, and then Edith suddenly came up and started... I wonder if they're flirting. She might be flirting with her. Oh, goodness. Yep, she's definitely flirting with her. Edith is just like, okay, I'm going to show you guys exactly who's top dog over here. I'm sorry, Catherine, but no amount of squeezing between us is actually going to get between us. Oh, goodness. She's like backtracking. She just keeps slapping the alpha. Oh my goodness. You're lucky that you have any romance with her, or, things aren't in the red. As soon as you and the queen, or, you and the alpha become enemies, she could just knock your head off. Who knows? It could very well happen. Very well happen. Okay, I need to leave these guys. We'll join them back later, guys. I don't know what's happening with them right now, but it is a romantic chaos. It is a romantic chaos. It is the early hours of Wednesday morning, and I have been going back and forth with this game for a while now because we had our little prince age up into a toddler. I'll show you guys him in a second. And when he aged up, obviously, I had to give him his makeover. And with that comes, the custom genetics that I do, fixing up the CC genetics of his so that it is accurate to his parents. Well, guys, I discovered that I did the flippin' silliest thing ever. So, when I download the CCIs that I like to use for that save file to genetics, I have to check to see that it works on all ages, from toddlers to elders. I think I had reached a point, like in my downloading spree, where I had been doing it for so long, I wasn't paying nearly as much attention to everything I was downloading, or I was kind of skimming over the details, and the eye contact that I downloaded was only working from teens to elders. So when I jumped into CAS and tried to assign the correct genetics to my little baby, it wasn't showing up and it wasn't working, and that kind of screwed over everything because then I would have to wait until he was a teen to fix the correct eye genetics, and that was really bothering me. So what did I do? I got rid of that particular eye and I downloaded a new one, which did work on toddlers. So, that's one thing done. But then, of course, I had to reassign all the eyes of my Sims, and the eye colors, and update my spreadsheet, because not all the eye colors had corresponding shades in this new one that I downloaded. So yeah, all my Sims have pretty much different eye colors, but that's okay. Our werewolves, they change. They transform. The moon does things to them from time to time, so they might have moments where their genetics act out and suddenly, change colors, but that's where we are at. Now, these two, I don't know why they're getting so mean. Okay, Edith is pestering the queen. I feel like she's been doing that a lot lately. So we are going to take a look at the little one. The other thing that I have to mention, I do have my list of eye colors written out, so, or, a screenshot of it from my spreadsheet, so I'll just read out the eye colors that the Sims now have. But the other thing that I spent so long doing, hold on a second, should we take a look at the youngster? I think we should. Look at how precious he is. This is Prince Alfred, guys. Prince Alfred, one of our potential heirs. Look at how gorgeous he looks with his beautiful eyes. Beautiful. But anyways, the other thing that I spent so long working on, so you'll notice that he does not have sharp ears. He has got rounded ears. And the ear preset that I have on my Sims, they're supposed to work, or I thought they would work on the toddlers, because the creator I got them from, Suzu, she, on TSR, she was the same creator, I'm assuming it's she, but maybe I should say they. Well, they were the same creator that I downloaded the ear preset for my Vampire Amazons. And if any of you have watched that, season 6, you'll know that I used that ear preset from toddlers to elders, or, we don't really have elders, but I used it from toddlers to the adults. So I thought, since, one of the older presets had worked, the newer presets would also work, because the one that my werewolves use, it's a newer preset. I think it's 3 or 4 presets newer. So I was expecting it to work on the toddlers, but apparently it was corrupted on the toddlers because it kept distorting the baby's face and, making it erupt into spikes, into pixel spikes. So I don't know what was going on there. And then I spent a ton of time just downloading pretty much all the presets they had and trying all the presets on the babies, none of which worked. So I don't know what is going on with that. I'm assuming that, one of the new packs or expansions that have come out since the last time I played, or an update with infants, something like that must have screwed it up. So now a lot of the presets that the creators have only work from the children to the elders, because even the ear preset we have now, it does work for children, just not toddlers. So anyways, I went through everything and then I came back to the preset that we started off with. So yeah, that was the chaos. And in the end, I decided, you know what, maybe our werewolf pups have round ears when they're young and it sharpens as they get older. So that is something that we'll be seeing with Prince Alfred. The other thing, the skin overlay I use on him, because it is an overlay, is a little bit dark. So his skin tone, you might see as he gets older. I don't know if the child overlay is just as dark. I got all the skin overlays for the adults and the children and the toddlers from the same creator. I think it's from S Club, so you might see as Prince Alfred gets older that his skin tone will start to lighten a little bit. Probably because, like, I'm not actually changing the genetic skin tone he has. It's just that the overlay on that sim is like a bit more transparent or less shaded than when he is a toddler and a child, in case anyone's curious about that. But hold on a second, before we dive into him, let me find the others. So Queen Julia, you guys know that she had this like beautiful deep green eyes, but now she has dark brown eyes. So like I said, I changed up and reassigned all the genetics. She has dark brown eyes now, and you know what? I actually like the new eye colors that I downloaded because they are really shiny and glowy. So I feel like it kind of suits the supernatural kind of state of the werewolves. It's more glowy than what they had before, which I really, really like. But yeah, she's got dark brown eyes. And you have what Edith has? Light brown eyes. Okay, yeah, so she's got dark brown, and then you have light brown. So they both have brown eyes now, which means for Edith, if her baby is a girl, she's gonna have the light brown eyes as well. And then Catherine, she has the really cool gray eyes. Hold on a second. She's got really cool gray eyes that look silvery. So this is her eye color now. It literally looks like the full moon in her eyeballs. It's really cool. And then where is Will? Okay, Will has got pink eyes. Yeah, so Will has pink eyes, guys. He's got pink eyes, which means if Edith has a baby boy, the boy will have black hair and pink eyes. So that's kind of cool. And if it's a girl, light brown eyes and reddish brown hair. So there we go. And then in terms of the other Sims, so Benjamin, where's Benjamin? Where are you, Benjamin? Benjamin has green eyes, which is why Prince Alfred has green eyes as well. So Benjamin has this exact eye color because, you know, his son inherited from him, but the Queen doesn't have green eyes anymore, but Benjamin has green eyes. So Prince Alfred has green eyes. It looks so pretty on him though. I love the contrast of the gray hair and the green eyes on the dark skin. It looks so good. And I think this is the first time we've had a royal child in the Amazon challenge across any supernatural I've done or any Amazon challenge I've done with skin this dark. At least the supernatural ones. Tribal Amazon, I'm pretty sure we had dark-skinned offspring, but they weren't supernaturals, they were just human. So yeah, I am really excited for him, like really super duper excited. And he does have the same circlet that his mother does, except his circlet is silver and pink rather than gold and pink, because gold is exclusive to the alpha. So look at him, he's adorable, in terms of the other Sims, so Jessie, am I missing anyone? Yeah, Jessie has dark blue eyes, so in the future when he breeds, that'll be exciting, I think. So he's got dark blue eyes, and Roy, the new guy who came in, he's got light green eyes. So we've got blue and green eyes for, you know, potential future offspring, which is quite exciting. But, oh, Alfred, I'm so excited for him. I'm so excited that he is joining us. I was like waiting for him to age up into a toddler because I feel like I just love it when they age up. You know, they're so cute when they start walking around and talking, and they look adorable as youngsters. It'll be even more fun once he is a child and he moves in with us. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But guys, this is the royal den. So this is where our sons are going to be raised, and this is where the shepherd lives. So it is a lot that comes pre-made in the horse ranch expansion pack. I just extended the back here so that we can fit some beds and stuff for the youngsters, and I really like that it has 2 stalls and an area for the horses, because I'm thinking in the future, if we want to breed Twilight, I will be able to get a stallion and just have the stallion be here, and then I can keep the foal with us at the royal grounds. Or, you know, I can always swap it around. I could, if we need space, move the horses over here temporarily, but it's going to give me a lot of flexibility. And in case you guys are wondering where exactly it is in relation to our castle, well, the royal den is right here. And literally, if we just follow this path, look at that. Our castle is right over there. I didn't even realize how close it was, but it is really, really close. Look at that. Look at that. Really, really close. I'm pretty sure we ride past here whenever we go for a ride away from the castle, but I just don't pay attention to my surroundings, and I finally did, and it was kind of surprising how close it was. But yeah, it is beautiful. Also, I didn't realize, like seriously, I did not realize that we have this huge white fence. Like, we have a circle. We have a circle around us that is separating us from the rest of the world. That's pretty cute, to be honest. That is pretty cute. But yeah, that's what we have. And on the inside, it is quite basic. It serves its purpose quite well. We have a room for the shepherd, of course, a small bathroom, a study table. We have a radio over here, a kitchen. We have a little deck, which is quite nice. And then we have this room over here that has been stretched out, added, expanded on, so that we can fit in the toddler beds, the bassinets, and the bunk beds for the sons who are going to be, you know, staying here until they're old enough to move into the castle. So, you know, this is a temporary residence. It's like a nursery. Actually, I might come in here later and change that bin, because I don't like that bin. I don't like that bin one bit. But guys, apart from that, I thought we weren't going to have any more, you know, excitement in this episode past what we've experienced thus far. But the Sims have other plans. So earlier on, we were talking about marriages. Lo and behold, Lady Catherine over here has the whim, hold on, to get married to Queen Julia. Like, what is going on? Is she flirting with Will? Oh my goodness. Anyways, she wants to get married to Queen Julia, and I was like, oh, whoa, okay, so we're gonna have a wedding? And then Edith had the whim to get married to Queen Julia as well. So both of them are kind of competing for her effort, and both of them want to get married to Queen Julia at the same time. So I'm thinking we are gonna have a wedding in this video, in this chapter. So yeah, things are kind of getting crazy, and it's something that I wanted to do on camera anyways, and I guess my Sims are in a rush to. So I actually went ahead and I prepared an area, a room, in the basement of our royal grounds for the wedding to take place in. So I think we might continue there, and we'll have a bit of a wedding party, which should be nice. But I don't know if it'll be like a party. I'll have to see. But yeah, definitely we're gonna have a wedding. So let's go and do that. And it's gonna be 2 weddings, guys. Not 1, but 2 royal weddings. Because both of the ladies here want to get married to the queen. And we can talk more about, like, the specifics of that in relation to status when we get to it. Because I did talk about status. But now that's kind of out the window, because it's like, how is that going to work if both of them want to marry Queen Julia at the same time? We'll figure it out. It is Wednesday night, and everyone is gathered in the basement, or I should say underground, under the royal grounds, for the royal weddings of our alpha Queen Julia Curse and two of her ladies. So you can see all of the males here. They are, in their formal outfits, even little Prince Alfred. Let's take a look at him. Oh, he's precious. He's precious, and his father is right there as well. So we can kind of compare his eyes and stuff to his father. But look at that face, guys. Look at that precious, precious face. So let's see. His father over here. Look at that. With his green eyes. He looks pretty cool. You had, I think, light green eyes. I think you had light green eyes. And then we already know about your pink eyes. Oh, let's check out the blue eyes on... Let's check out the blue eyes on Jessie. Okay, Jessie, can you... Hold on. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Those beautiful glowing blue eyes. They look lovely. But our queen is ready. So this is kind of where I've extended the downstairs portion or the underground portion. Our catacombs are growing ever so slowly to include this beautiful space for our werewolves to get married. So you can see it's decorated in pretty pinks, and I just love it, like golds and pinks. And we have this kind of grassy floor. I like the idea of this being like a secret garden or a private Eden that only the werewolves have access to, or werewolves that are part of the royal pack have access to. And so we have this chamber where the actual wedding will take place, and then we have this little arch, so we go through that, and then we're gonna have the werewolves dining over here as well as dancing to some music. I just love how cozy this place looks. And I also feel like when there's no weddings happening, it's going to be locked off. So this is like a secret special place that the werewolves enter when they're ready to get married. And I obviously don't have a party or anything going because I don't want a time limit, and I don't want anything to disrupt what's going on here. Also, because we have a polygamous situation, the game doesn't pick up on that, and so it's only going to, allow the wedding or set the wedding party for 2 of the Sims, and we actually have the 3 Sims here. But look at the beautiful dresses our ladies are in. So guys, I like the idea that our werewolves have a like a special wedding garment that is traditionally their style, or traditionally what they wear to their weddings, and they just like make new dresses from different colored material, but they have this exact dress that traditionally they wear to their weddings. It is elaborate with the gold, but it's also simple and it's intimate, so I really like that. And because we have the first wedding happening here, the color that they've decided for their wedding garment is pink, so all the brides are wearing pink. And I'm sure if we have any males getting married, we're going to see the male wedding garment equivalent for the werewolves. For now, though, we are being introduced to the female wedding garment. So I really like the way this looks. And who knows the chaos that is going to go down right now, because I'm sure you guys have been noticing some of these flirts are just wild. Like, I have been noticing that all of our wolves are just getting involved in all sorts of places, and the strangest thing that I noticed, guys, is with Queen Julia, because this is so cute. Will is playing with Prince Alfred. Oh my goodness, guys, look at that. He is like the perfect shepherd. He is the perfect shepherd. But I noticed that the queen had, look at this, she's got a bit of romance with Prince Will. Like, what's happening? They're related. What is happening? Now, obviously, this is not something I pushed or something I condone, but if we think back to Vampire Amazon, we actually had instances of incestuous relationships, and that added to the drama of the story because they were forbidden relationships that were introduced by a foreign culture, and it started seeping in like an invasive culture. It started seeping into the royal family, and a lot of it was kept secret and, you know, unrequited, but there was a lot of drama to do with that, and I don't know if that's something that's going to come into our werewolf story or society, but the queen has already flipped and started somehow. But her relationship with Catherine ain't that great. With Edith, it is going absolutely fine. And before we, you know, get them married off, I do have to talk a bit about the status, because I did mention before that the order in which they get married is going to determine their status going forward among the others. Now, I think the queen is going to have to make a special exception for these two, because it's not as though one sim had the whim and then we got married and then another sim had the whim to get married. They both had the whim on the same day, and they're having their wedding on the same day. So I feel like I shouldn't be the one to decide who gets the first and second title. So what the queen's going to do is she is not going to number Catherine and Edith because they're all getting married on the same day. She's having two weddings on the same day. Basically, Catherine and Edith are going to be referred to as her royal wives, but they are not going to have any numbers between the two of them. There is going to be no first or second royal wife, but after this day, if the queen takes on a third wife, then that third wife will be referred to as the third royal wife. So we're skipping first and second. They won't have a number, they'll just have the royal wife title, and then the next member who gets married to the queen is going to be referred to as the third royal wife. So these two, Edith and Catherine, are going to be equal in status, basically. So, with that said and done, let's go ahead and actually get the queen to elope and get married, firstly to Edith and then to Catherine. Catherine hopefully does not break the wedding off or the engagement off, because, I mean, she wants to get married to the queen. I don't know how well she's going to take the queen getting married to Edith, though, but that's fine. Can we get the wedding happening? We might just have to defy fate and elope. Okay, so we're gonna do it, guys. We are defying fate and we are eloping with these two. Yes? 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 Okay. Okay. Now, I don't imagine these two are going to be too happy, or Catherine's going to be too happy about it, and neither is Will. Will's going to be so sad and so upset. He probably does not want to be seeing this at all, but it is the way of it. So, okay, here they go, guys. Here they go. Hopefully the interaction does go through, but if it doesn't, that's fine. I do have the assistance of cheats to make this happen. I'm pretty sure when I was playing Elven Pleasant View, I was having a problem with the wedding arch. It wasn't following through on the interaction. But it seems as though they are exchanging their vows, so I guess the eloping does work. It's just the wedding arch doesn't. So there we go. And here she is! They're putting the ring on. Excellent, excellent. There we go. So Edith and the queen, they are married to each other. Excellent. But we want to get the queen over here, and we want to get Catherine, because they are gonna now have their particular wedding. So come on, you come here with the queen. I actually should have gotten them in front of the wedding arch, but that's okay. It's too much hassle to set things up, you know, overly detailed. But I feel so bad for Will. He literally could not watch. He could not watch his sister get married to his soulmate, so he just went over to the other room so that he wouldn't have to see this whole thing. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. But now it is Catherine's turn, and Jesse, Edith's brother. Oh, Will's literally talking to Edith's brother back there. Ay, ay, ay. But anyways, I don't think Catherine's brother over here Benjamin is going to have a problem with their wedding, and Edith obviously is not going to have much of a problem. So let's get the queen to elope. She should be able to elope. Please be able to elope. They shouldn't have to plan a wedding event. Where would this be under? Is this under something friendly? I feel like it shouldn't be. This should not be under something friendly or small talk or hobbies. Okay, it is not here. That's interesting. Well, she's not having the option, and I wonder why that is, to get married to the queen. That's okay, because like I said, we have the what? Invite to wedding party. Oh yes, I was like, wait, what? No, it's because we have the males invited here with us under the club that has been changed from service sims to wedding party. So, okay. I'm wondering, can we really not do it through here? Well, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Because I am just going to get them to share, maybe hold hands. Hopefully things don't go bad. Okay, they're going off to the corner. Okay, we're gonna get them to hold hands. We'll just queue up some interactions. We'll, queue up a kiss, there we go. And then I'll just get the queen to, oh geez, no, that's not what I intended. I'm gonna get, let's see, where is it? Relationship, we're gonna add spouse. So where is that? Spouse, where'd you go? Spouse. So there we go. They have tied the knot with each other as well now. So the queen, she definitely has 2 wives, and I'm gonna have to get wedding portraits sorted for the 2 of them. Why don't we turn on some music? So we're gonna turn on some, let's see, we could have cottagecore, ranch music, strange tunes. I actually really do like the spooky music, but I think we'll do classical. I'll put on some classical music and we'll go back here. I think some of the food is starting to go off. My goodness, that's not good. That is not good. Some of the food's starting to go off. You know what? We're just gonna get the queen to... Oh, look, you already started eating, Jesse. Let's get everyone to, like, call to meal. Everyone's gonna eat some. But we had a caterer come by and make some food for us. We have eggs and toast. We have, I think this is aloo matar or paneer? Something like that. It might be paneer masala. Some Indian cuisine. We have some BLT sandwiches and eggs. So we'll get them to come on by here. Oh my goodness, Edith peed herself. Great. Great. Okay. Come on, guys. Do you want to come in here? And then we might get them to dance with each other. Hopefully Catherine feels a little bit better. But yeah, I'm definitely going to work out the wedding portraits, and I'll have them put up in the castle somewhere. Not entirely sure where at this point, but you know, it'll be somewhere. Okay, everyone's coming to eat. Edith is not going so well with the hygiene. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. Okay, we all sit down at the table. We're gonna all eat some. Yeah, Catherine, she didn't want those eggs. She's like, no, I don't want no eggs. I want to have some of the Indian cuisine. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. Well, Edith, let's sit down. But I suppose in their world, it's a fantasy, you know, reality. Alternate reality, so it wouldn't be referred to as Indian cuisine. It'd just be one of the many other cultural cuisines they have. So yeah, that's fine. I really want Edith, guys, to go and like tend to her needs, but also it feels, I don't want them to leave the room just yet because, you know, they're chilling with each other here, so I think I'm just gonna have to cheat her needs up. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to make her happy because I don't want her to be dirty or anything on her wedding day. Like, come on. They have to be enjoying, you know, their time here. And then maybe we can get everyone to dance together. Let's not smash. Can we dance? Can everyone dance? No, I don't want to hunt for food or go for a wolf nap. I just want to dance. Can we not dance? We can moonbathe. This feels a bit silly. How do we get them to dance? They should be able to dance, no? Maybe she's not the dancing type? That's strange. Do we need to have a dance floor specifically for this? Are you okay, Edith? You know what? Let me see if I can find a dance floor. I don't know why they aren't dancing. I don't know why. Hold on a second. Let's go find a dance floor. I mean, come on. This is a little bit ridiculous, no? Okay, we've got this one. We've got a little dance floor here. Okay, we could put that down and hopefully that gets them to dance. Can you guys dance now that we have a dance floor? Okay, they can, yep, they can dance now. But I thought your Sims could dance just near music anyways. Has that changed? That's strange. Oh, let's do the cowpoke group dance. Everyone, let's dance. Come on, come on. Oh, also, I just realized I flippin' have autonomy off, which is probably why they're being, so unenthusiastic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was trying to, you know, just keep them under control. Do you not have space? Can you not dance with each other? No? Can you do the beast boogie together? Okay, they can do that. They don't want to do the cowpoke dance. They're like, no, we will not do the cowpoke dance. We'll do the beast boogie though. There we go. So now everyone's dancing. Look at Will. He's like pushing out the moves, but he's got kind of like a cranky face on. Oh, he did beforehand. Look at the alpha. Oh my goodness, look at her swing her hips. She looks so good. She looks so good. I don't think Catherine is enjoying this nearly as much as Edith is. This is probably not the way they thought things would go by, but you know, competition between the two of them has resulted in this particular reality. But hey, these two are enjoying themselves. I think, guys, Benjamin is more accepting of this whole situation with, you know, his alpha, his beautiful soulmate being with two other people. He's definitely been more accepting, but I suppose he does seem kind of sad. He does seem kind of sad. I think, you know what, Jesse is probably enjoying this the most. He is the most carefree at this point because he hasn't matched with anyone. He is not romantically involved with anyone. As far as he's concerned, it's his sister's wedding. Like, come on. His sister might not be too happy, but he can be happy for her. And I'm keeping an eye on these two. Look at Edith. Edith is definitely feeling a lot better than Catherine is. Catherine is feeling like embarrassed and worried and stressed and oh honey, I don't know how long you're gonna last with this like emotional state. Oh, guys, I thought Benjamin was okay. Benjamin's literally crying. Oh, he's so upset. He's so upset. He was, oh my goodness. Okay, Benjamin, I understand, but even Will slapped her. Look, Will doesn't even want to be in the same space as his sister. He doesn't. I'm concerned, guys. I'm concerned because is he slapping his sister for marrying his soulmate, or is he slapping his sister because to some degree he and his sister have started having something going on which I don't understand. I really don't understand, and I'm kind of afraid of. But that's the drama that's happening now. Like, oh my goodness, this is wild. This is wild. And I didn't even have like the walls up here for us to take a look, but look, we have this this cow skull or bull skull over here because, you know, werewolves, their victory over prey and such. And I just realized, guys, I did something, that I forgot to do something that I can be very pedantic about, which is the ceilings. I feel very strongly, you guys will know, if you have watched my stuff for any length of time, that I feel very strongly about these white ceilings, that I despise these white ceilings, and I feel as though they should not exist. and I really love putting in like the flooring to the ceilings, especially wood stuff, so that it looks nice from all angles. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And you guys will know how terribly excited I was when The Sims, oh look at that, beautiful, beautiful. How excited I was when The Sims had the option to, you know, put flooring on the ceiling. It just blew my mind. Like honestly, it absolutely blew my mind. But okay, the drama definitely started once we put autonomy on, but I think the wedding party is gonna have to end here. We're gonna have huge portraits set up, huge romantic portraits set up in the castle when we come back next time. Also, it's like Thursday morning already, but Edith is gonna be having her baby at 2 p.m. So we're gonna be looking forward to that next time. And we'll continue to see how the drama unfolds. I am very concerned, though. I was going to say excited, but also very concerned. I am also worried that the first, enemy ship we're going to have with the alpha is going to be because of one of these romantic entanglements. Right now it seems as though, Catherine is leading the way. But, yeah, we'll see, guys. Okay. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.